Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are prayers on the screen. You can repeat with me. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manodishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivtapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajikam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण प्रधान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुरी प्रिय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We are reading the 18th chapter and we just completed the 72 verse. So Krishna in the previous sessions, previous shlokas, he says, just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. He gives his final instruction. Think of me, become my devotee, do your duty while thinking of me. This is the most confidential knowledge. Just depend on me. I'll take care. Then he says, those who experience Bhagavad Gita to devotees, bhakti is guaranteed to them. That servant is very dear to me. Don't explain to those who are not austere, devoted, who are not religious, who are envious of me. Don't even talk to them. Those who study, read, hear, they worship him by his intelligence. Okay? And who listens with faith and without envy, become free from sinful reactions, attain to auspicious planets with a pious death. This is Dhruva Loka. And then, as a great teacher, he asked Arjuna, did you hear all this with attentive mind? Is your ignorance illusion not dispelled? And then one of the question that he had asked before, I have explained you this knowledge. Deliberate on this fully and do what you wish to do. Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. According to your desire, you do, Arjuna. So now Arjuna will speak. What is his desire? Let's get into this verse. You can hear me, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Arjuna vacha nashtamoho smritirlabdha tat prasadan mayachyuta sitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Very interesting few things he says. He says nashtamoho smritirlabdha. My moha, my illusion is destroyed. Smriti Labdha. Oh, I remembered all this, whatever you had said. Now I had remember. Now my Smriti is back again. I'm remembering everything. Thank you, Achyuta. That is Krishna's another name, Achyuta, one who never fails. Tat prasadan. By your prasad. Prasad here means mercy or by your blessing, by your shelter. Sitosmi gata sandeha. Sitosmi gata sandeha. All my sandeha, my doubts, they have been removed. Karishye vachanam tava. So Krishna says, na ichhas, according to your ichha, do whatever you want. Arjuna says, I will do what you say. Vachanam tava. What you will say, I will do. See, this is perfect surrender. I will do what you say. Karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, oh infallible one who never fails. My illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory. Now let me ask you, who can say he has regained his memory? One who already knows but he forgot. And then he's reminded, then he says, oh, I remembered everything. Right? So Arjuna already knew this Bhagavad Gita shlokas. Okay, he knew all this knowledge. And Krishna made him forget. At the start of Bhagavad Gita, he made him forget. And then Krishna again spoke back to him. And then after hearing all this, Arjuna says, oh, yeah, I remember all these things. Does this happen with you? If you remember your 10th, 12th grade, does this happen with you? You go to the exam, but everything is blank. And then you come and say, oh, I couldn't solve this problem. Then you look in the book, or you talk with a friend or a teacher, and just with one line, two line, you understand, and then you say, oh, yeah, I remembered all the steps. Now I remembered all the steps. Does it happen with you?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so this is what is happening with Arjuna. He already knew this Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna was made a via medium for us. Okay, he already knew Bhagavad Gita, but he was made a via medium so that this knowledge can come to us. So very nicely Adi Shankaracharya, or in Gita Mahatma it is very nicely explained another way, the other same thing in another way. This is in Gita Mahatma, not by Adi Shankaracharya but by Shiv Bhagwan. Sarva Upanishad Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. So Sarva Upanishad Gavo. All the Upanishads, this is the topmost Upanishad. Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Upanishad. Upanishad is where the philosophy is there, okay? Very high class philosophy. Of which topmost is Bhagavad Gita. Dogda Gopala Nandanaha. All these Vedas, the Upanishads, they are like cow. And Krishna is the famous cowherd boy. And he's milking this cow. But the cow doesn't give milk. You know that? Do you know the cow doesn't give milk if you try to milk it? Why? For whom the milk is meant? If the cow wants to give milk, for whom the milk is
For
meant?
the calf.
For the
For the
calf.
calf. Yeah.
So Partho Vatsaha. Partha is Arjuna. He became Vatsaha. So he became the calf. And looking at Arjuna's question, the Upanishad, the cow, they decided to give the milk. And Krishna then, as a milkman, he milked the cow. And then who Dukta Gita Amrita Mahat. Gita Amrita. Who are drinking this Gita Amrita? Who are drinking this Gita Amrita? Mahat. Mahat means the great souls. Learned scholars, pure devotees. In this, we all are included. We may not be great, but because we are approaching the great Bhagavad Gita, we all are included. Okay? So we are drinking the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita. Very nicely, one more verse. Ekam Shastra Devaki Putra Gitam Eka Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eka Mantra Tasya Namani Yani Karmanipi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. This is Gita Mahatmya 7. Ekam Shastra Devaki Putra Gitam. Let there be only one Shastra. See, there are many Shastras. The whole Vedas is how much? after 11 zeros or 10 zeros. So many shlokas are there. So many shastras are there. We saw that, right? We have looked at the tree diagram. So many shastras are there, right? But Mahatma says, let there be only one shastra. Devaki Putra Gitam. Devaki Putra is who? Krishna. And Gita, he spoke this Bhagavad Gita. Eko Deva Devaki Putra Geva. So then let there be only one Devata whom we should worship. Who is that? Devaki Putra, Krishna. Eko mantra tasya namani yani. Let there be only one mantra. What that be? The name of Krishna. Karma api ekam tasya devasya seva. Let there be only one service, seva. Which Deva seva it is talking about? Krishna. Devaki Putra. Okay. This song was written by Adi Shankaracharya. So he also glorifies Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita Kinchidadita Ganga Jalava Kanika Kapita Sakradapi Yena Murari Samaracha Kriyase Tasya Yamani Nacharya. One more verse he says. Geyam Gita Nam Sahastram Deyam Shripati Rupamajasram Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam Deyadinanjana Savittam. Let a man read little from Bhagavad Gita. Drink just a drop from Ganga. Worship Murari, Krishna just once. He will have no altercation with Yama. So the Lord of Death, Yamraj, he sends us to various hellish planets. But if we take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, worship Krishna, drink just one drop of water. It can be or, it can be and, it can be any condition. Even one condition if we satisfy. We won't have any fight with Yama. He'll be favorable to us. Regularly recite from Bhagavad Gita, meditate on Vishnu in your heart and chant his 1,000 glories. This sometimes it means 1,000 glories means Vishnu Sahasranam. Take delight to be with the noble and holy. Distribute your wealth in charity to the poor and the needy. Okay. So Adi Shankaracharya also, this whole poem is like that. It is a lot of, there's a lot of connection to Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So yes, I will be prepared. I am now firm and free from doubts. All my doubts are cleared. And now I will act according to your instruction. Karishye vachanam tava. The constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said the actual position of the living entity is that of the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by the material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes liberated servant of God. The living entity's constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either the illusory Maya or Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in normal condition. But if he prefers to serve the illusory, externally, then certainly he will be in bondage. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desire. I'll read this, then we will talk about it. Yet he thinks himself to the master of the world. This is called illusion. When a person is liberated, his illusion is over and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desire. That last illusion, the last snare of Maya is to trap living entity, is the proposition that he is God. The living entity thinks that he is no longer conditioned soul but God. He is so unintelligent that he does not think that if he were God, then how could he be in doubt? This does that he does not consider. And that is the last snare of illusion. Actually, to become free from the illusory energy is to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality, and agree to act according to his order. So, in one paragraph, Srila Prabhupada has summarized actually. So, our actual position is what? Krishnera Jivara Swarup hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. This is a statement by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Last time we discussed this thing, right? Like absolute truth is three level. Then there is karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and bhakti yoga, right? We discussed this. So ultimately, we have to become bhakti yoga. Why? Because originally we are servants of Krishna. Now, this servant, right? This word may not. People may become fearful because this servant and master relationship in this world is very painful. Okay, no one wants to become servant. Everyone wants to become master. And Bhagavad Gita is telling that, okay, you are servant of Krishna. So again we become, we say, no, I don't want to be in that position. But no, Krishna is not like that servant. He is the best friend also. Okay. So we are actually a best friend servant of Krishna. Let's put it like that. Friend servant of Krishna. And by Bhagavad Gita, we revive this relationship. Okay. We revive this relationship. Now there are these Mayavadis who say that everything is mithya, Maya. So, and when you do meditation, you can become God. This is the last snare of Maya. Snare of Maya means this is the last trap of Maya. To tell the living entity, the Jiva, that you are not Krishna's servant, but actually you are God. This is the last trap. So we have to come out of this trap and never accept this explanation that you are God. And Prabhupada also writes that if we were God, then how can we be in doubt? Huh? We have to be powerful then. God cannot be without powers. Right? We should have powers all the time. So this is the thing. This is the Mayavadi philosophy. Philosophy is the last illusion or the biggest trap of Maya to say that you are God. Okay. The word moha is very important in this verse. Moha refers to that which is opposed to knowledge. Okay, which is not knowledge is moha. Which is opposing knowledge is moha. Actual real knowledge is understanding that every living entity is eternally a servant of Krishna. But instead of thinking oneself in that position, the living entity thinks that he is not a servant and he is a master of this material world. For he wants to lord it over the material nature. That is his illusion. This illusion can be overcome by the mercy of Lord or by the mercy of pure devotee. When that illusion is over, one agrees to act in Krishna consciousness. So this moha is to think that I am the doer. Okay, the last trap is I am God. And the least trap is I am the doer. I am the one who is doing everything. I am the center of this world. But when this moha is nashta, it means one understands, okay, I am servant of Krishna. I will do what Krishna wants. Karishya vachanam tava. Right? Moha means illusion.
But moha means attachment or indulgence, right?
What?
I think moha, M-O-H, like it means attachment or indulgence, right?
No. That is raga, dvesha. Raga is translated as attachment. Dvesha is translated as enviousness or kind of rejection. Attachment and aversion. And moha is translated as illusion. So good you asked this question. Moha is illusion. Raga is attachment. Dvesha is aversion. So illusion. What does illusion means? We'll take standard definitions. What does illusion means? Wrong, misinterpreted. Wrong or misinterpreted perception. Attachment we can understand. Aversion. Aversion means strong dislike. Okay. Strong dislike. Okay. Now what is moha? Can we focus on moha? It is a wrong perception. What is the wrong perception? What kind of wrong perception we have in this world? Yes. What is the wrong perception that we have in this world?
So it's like I am this body.
I am only this body. Let me put it like this. I am only this body. I am nothing else but this body. Anything more?
Like
I
we get
am
yeah.
I am in control. That is also one of the
Yeah.
moha. I am
Like
the
I'm owner of
strongest.
this or lord of all this, like my house or
I am lord of everything that I survey. I am male or female, right? We
yes,
can go
Prabhuji.
on and on and on and on. 6. I am the only doer. I am the only doer. Because of me only this thing worked, right? All these are wrong perceptions. Why? Why these are wrong perceptions?
Because this is not true owner or like true knowledge. There is something.
No, because there are multiple reasons. One is certain things are temporary in this world. Okay?
Temporary. Yes.
Abilities, possessions are given to us. Okay? Things will be taken away from us. Isn't it? These are truth, right? So because of all these
Yes,
things,
Prabhu.
this is a wrong perception. So how to understand this is very simple. Suppose your company sends you to another city, gives you a rented car, hotel to stay. Now it so happens that the car that you are driving, this is a rented car, is what? Mercedes Benz. Okay. Now what is the moha here? If I tell you what kind of moha will come. This car is mine, right? This is
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
moha that can come.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
At the end of the visit, he has to give back this car, right? Because it is rented. So this is the
Yes,
moha.
Prabhuji.
This is a wrong perception. So then what is the right perception? What is the right perception?
Which is not
This car
rented.
doesn't belong to me. Okay, my company has given it. I have to use it in the company's purpose only, and it is a rented car, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. It doesn't belong to me. It's a rented car. It doesn't belong. So Krishna, so Arjuna is saying moha nashta. So whatever wrong perception that he had got destroyed. What was his wrong perception? What was the biggest wrong perception that he had? He was thinking, I am the only doer.
Yeah, and his attachment to the family. Yeah, correct.
And then
Only doer.
attachment to
Yeah.
the family. Yes, attachment to the family. These are my family members. I have to kill them. I will lose them. I am the only doer here. So then Krishna says, no, no, things are working according to karma. That karma is is controlled by the Supreme Lord. Hmm? So if you surrender to Him, now there are five causes of any karma, of which the Supreme Lord is Paramatma is the final one, right? If you remember all the discussion we did, Paramatma is the final. So you are not the only doer. There are five doers. Hmm? There are
Yes,
five
Prabhuji.
doers. Some noise is coming. Okay, everyone is mute. Okay. So there are five kinds of doers. You are just one part of it. Okay. If you do it according to the Supreme Lord, hmm, one of the more is that I am master. So the real perception is rented car does not belong to me. It is I am servant of Krishna. Now you get it? This is Nashtamoha Smriti Labda. Okay? Once we understand this, I am servant of Krishna. I am Krishna's servant. Then we start act according to how Krishna is telling us to act. Within our heart, as a Paramatma, he tells us how to act. Outside, as a Guru, he tells us. Guru, and Guru can be multiple Guru. Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru. He tells us. Okay. Any question at this point? Any question? Is your doubt
No.
clear? Okay. Okay. So we understood moha is wrong perception. Attachment is raga. Okay. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's order. Okay. Conditioned soul, illusion by external energy of matter, does not know that Supreme Lord is the master full of knowledge, is the proprietor of everything. Whatever he desires, he can bestow on his devotees. He's a friend to everyone. See, this master is actually a friend. Which boss is our friend? Tell me, which boss, which CEO in the company is our friend? Which Which company is that?
No one. No one
No
talks.
company. Even if they say, we cannot believe that, right? So Krishna is the only one who can be master and friend at the same time. He's especially inclined to devotees. He's Bhakta Vatsala. He's the controller of this material nature and of the living entity. He's also the controller of inexhaustible time and is full of all opulences and all potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to the devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion. He does not become a devotee, but a servitor of Maya. Arjuna, however, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from Supreme Personality of Godhead, became free from illusion. Wrong perception that he had, he became free. He could understand Krishna was the only his friend, but was not only his friend, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he understood Krishna factually. To study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. So, in the footsteps of okay, is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjuna understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapon, his bows and arrow, to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Any question?
No.
Okay. Okay. So now we will read the later part. From here, Sanjaya speaks. So Sanjaya is telling this whole Bhagavad Gita and the Mahabharata war to whom?
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra.
Prabhu.
So now he told, okay, now he says his. So even Sanjay was asked one question. What was it? Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, Samaveta Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kim Kurvata Sanjaya. So Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra Vacha, he is asking Sanjaya, what did Mamaka, my sons and Pandavas do? Kim Kurvata. What did they do in Kurukshetra, which is actually a Dharma Kshetra also. They have arrived to Yudsava, they have arrived to fight in this Kurukshetra war. What did they do? And now Sanjaya is going to answer. Sanjaya Vacha Itiham Vasudevasya Parthasya Mahatmana Samvadam Imam Ashronam Adbhuta Roma Harshanam. I heard all these talks and Roma Harshanam. Adbhutam word is used. Adbhut, amazing, wonderful. These words were Roma Harshana. Roma Harshana means Roma means hair. It stands on the end. It's giving me great pleasure. Sanjay is saying. Thus I have heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra inquired his secretary Sanjaya, what happened on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? The entire study was related to the heart of Sanjaya by the grace of spiritual master of Vyasadeva. He thus explained the theme of battlefield. Did I read it right or what? He explained the theme of the battlefield. The conversation was wonderful because such an important conversation between two great souls had never taken place before and would not take place again. It was wonderful because the Supreme Personal Godhead was speaking about himself and his energies to living entity, Arjuna, a great devotee of the Lord. If we follow in the footsteps of Arjuna and understand Krishna, then our life will be happy and successful. Sanjaya realized this and he began to understand that. He related to the conversation of Krishna, Dhritarashtra. Now it is concluded that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is victory. What is so wonderful of Bhagavad Gita? Because the Supreme Personal Godhead was speaking to his great devotee. This is very rare. Have you heard this? Tattvamasi? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, it's a very big statement in Vedas. It is brought out by Adi Shankaracharya from the Vedas. Tattvamasi. You are that. Okay? And Bhagavad Gita is the only um, Bhagavad Gita is the only Shastra where Tattvamasi is not said. It is only said one time or two times. But most of the time, Krishna is saying Aham Sarvasya. You can see the difference. Tattvamasi means you are that. And that is telling here Aham Sarvasya. Meaning, what the Tattvamasi means, it points to the absolute truth. You are like that. Okay? And what the absolute truth is speaking in Bhagavad Gita, saying everything comes from me. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Okay? So therefore, Bhagavad Gita is very, very clear. Because you are like that, you are that, can mean anything. Hai na? But Bhagavad Gita doesn't go in like that. It says Tattvamasi. It says Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Krishna is openly saying Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Now, where Krishna says Tattvamasi, there are a few places he says. 18th chapter we saw one. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Yantrudhani Maya. Okay. Surrender unto him. Tamaeva Sharanam Gaccha. Tama eva Sharanam Gaccha. Sarvabhavena Bharata Tat Prasadat Param Shantim Sthanam Prapyasya Shashvatam. See, this is the place where Krishna is saying Tattvamasi. But he is giving more detail. That Supreme Lord, okay, you have to take Sharanam of him. And then, in the 66th verse, I am that Supreme Lord and surrender unto me. So all the Shastras say Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, but they never explain what that Asi is. You are like that, but what that is, they don't explain. Bhagavad Gita is the only chapter where that comes. Krishna comes and then he explains what he is. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, everything comes from me. Okay? 75th verse. Any question before we move? Any question? Okay, any question? No?
No.
Okay, okay. So Sanjay is saying further, Vyasa Prasada Shutvan. Vyasa Prasada Shutvan. Vyasadev, by Vyasadev's mercy, I am able to hear all this. Etat Guhyam Aham Param. This very secret knowledge which is topmost, I am able to hear it. Yogam Yogashvaret Krishnat Sakshat Kathayata Swayam. Yoga Ishwarat. Yogeshwarat. The master of all yogas, the master of all mysticism. Krishna is the master. I am hearing directly from him. Sakshat Kathayadam Swayam. Directly I am hearing. How many of you met Sachin Tendulkar in person? Or Narendra Modi in person?
Very few.
Very few. Whoever meets, what will be his first statement? Let's say, your friend meets Narendra Modi. What will be his first statement when he meets you?
He'll be very excited and happy to share the details.
What will he say? He will say, I met him face to face, right?
Yes, yes.
I heard him. Directly I heard him. Not through mobile, not through a mic, but directly. He told me like that. So this is what Sanjay is saying. Sakshat Kathayatam Swayam. That Supreme Yogeshwara is Krishna, and directly I am hearing from him. For him, it was a WhatsApp call. But still, direct perception was there. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who is speaking personally to Arjuna. Okay. Vyasa was spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by Vyasa's mercy that he could understand the supreme personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly but through the medium of supreme master, spiritual master. Okay. So even if we hear it from the spiritual master, Guru, we are still directly hearing from Krishna. Why? Because gurus act like postmen. Hmm? The postman, or when the postman brings money order, he doesn't keep the money with him. He gives you directly. If somebody is sending money order, that money directly comes to you, right? The postman doesn't keep it in his pocket. So there is a transparency over there. He gave everything that was meant for you. If 500 rupees someone did money order, the recipient will get 500 rupees. Not 1 rupee less, not 1 rupee more. So is it transparent, right? It is almost like that person only gave me, right? So all the gurus, they act like transparent medium, and they're giving us the direct knowledge, experiential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. This is the mystery of disciplic. Uh, okay, this is the mystery of disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly, as Arjuna heard it. There are many instances of mystic and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga systems. Krishna's instruction is explicitly stated in Bhagavad Gita: surrender unto Krishna. Sarva dharma parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Yoginam api sarvesham mad gatentana atmanaha. Narada is the direct disciple of Krishna and the spiritual master of Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa is as bona fide as Arjuna because he comes in the disciplic succession, and Sanjay is the direct disciple of Vyasa. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjay's senses were purified and he could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand his confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciple instruction, he cannot hear Krishna. Therefore, this knowledge is always therefore his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as the understanding of Bhagavad Gita is concerned. So we should study this literature, hear this literature, read this literature in parampara only, because there it is directly transferred from Krishna to his first disciple. In our case, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, it is Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, and then Madhvacharya, like that. Then we understand what is the real message of Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga systems. So all kinds of yoga systems are mentioned, which are those karma kand, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, so by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to hear Krishna clearly, directly. Okay. Actually, there is no difference between learning directed from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna. Via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasadeva. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasadeva also. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciple conducts a ceremony called Vyasa Puja. So, 1 minute. Who has come? Okay. So, whether we hear directly from Krishna or from his representative, it is the same. Okay, there is no difference. So, some people say I need original Gita, I need Vedas, original Vedas, or Krishna only to speak, then only I'll hear. No, it's not like that. If the sadhu, if the guru keeps the transparency, doesn't add or subtract, follows what is there in Bhagavad Gita, and then explains, then we are hearing directly from Krishna. There's no difference. And to such a guru, we celebrate his birthday, called a Vyasa Puja, or on Guru Purnima. On that day, we glorify the Guru and serve him. Rajam samsmritya samvadan imam adbhutam Keshava Arjuna punya rishyami cha muhur muhur. Samsmritya. I'm always remembering this. All this samvadan, this dialogue, Bhagavad Gita dialogue, I'm remembering. Keshava Arjuna punya. It's a punya dialogue between whom? Keshava and Arjuna. Krishna and Arjuna. Rishyami cha muhur muhur. And I'm becoming very happy remembering all these things again and again and again and again. O King, as I representedly recall this wonderful and highest holy dialogue. Between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. The understanding of Bhagavad Gita is so transcendent that anyone can become conversant with the topics of Arjuna and Krishna, become righteous, and he cannot forget such talks. This is the transcendent position of spiritual life. In other words, one who hears Gita from the right source directly from Krishna attains full Krishna consciousness. The result of Krishna consciousness is that one becomes increasingly enlightened and enjoys life with thrill, not for some time but at every moment. Okay, let's do this verse also. Tat sat samsmitya rupam ati adbhutam harer vismayo me mahan raja drishyami ta punah punah. As I remember the wonderful form of Lord Shri Krishna, the universal form. I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. It appears that Sanjaya also could see the universal form of Krishna. So the word that is used is Ati Adbhutam. Ati Adbhutam. See, Krishna's form is very sweet, Madhuram. Okay, three-handed bandit of Krishna. But Adbhutam, wonderful form is what? In the Bhagavad Gita, where did wonderful form come? That was his Vishwarupa. Remembering all this, I'm enjoying Rishyami. I'm becoming happy again and again. It is of course said that Lord Krishna never exhibited such a form before. It was exhibited to Arjuna only. Yet some great devotees could see the universal form of Krishna when it was shown to Arjuna, and Vyasa was one of them. It is he is one of the great devotees of the Lord and is considered to be powerful incarnation of Krishna. Vyasadeva disclosed this to disciple Sanjaya, who remembered that wonderful form Krishna exhibited to Arjuna and enjoyed it repeatedly. Okay. Let's stop here. Any question or comment? Anyone has any question or comment? Any question anyone has? Yes. Okay. One question I have for you all. I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue of Krishna and Arjuna. I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. So, can you all share one or two points from Bhagavad Gita that when you recall, when you remember that, you become thrilled, you become happy? Can you tell me? Tell me. Which statement makes you happy in Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavad Gita? Happy, thrilled, enlightened. Huh? Can you share some of your statements where, if you remember, which are from Bhagavad Gita, and then, you become happy? Just like Sanjay is becoming very happy, let me ask you, which statement makes you happy? Can you share?
So one is Prabhuji, this Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto, Matta Smriti. So like whatever memory, even forgetfulness.
Hmm.
So because we sometimes say, okay, this IQ 100 to this much IQ, this much remembering, but
From Krishna
daily we come to see that
comes,
even the sloka also we cannot remember till we get the
yeah,
mercy. Yeah, Prabhuji.
remembrance,
Yeah, Prabhuji.
forgetfulness, and knowledge.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Anyone?
I recite Prabhuji one sloka daily, but still at times forget. Then I wonder. Then I come to know this. Okay, this is where
Okay,
we
okay,
have to
good.
get the knowledge. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Uh, Anyone else would like to share? Hearing any statement from Bhagavad Gita, you become very happy, thrilled, enlightened. You feel you have clarity in life. Which statement of Bhagavad Gita gives you clarity in life?
Uh, Prabhu, in
Everything is explained about duty, like the importance of duty.
Importance of duty, right? Importance of duty. Get up, Arjuna, and fight. So that gives you thrilled. Okay, good. Anything?
uh, Prabhu, actually, in one of the sloka, like Krishna tells what we can offer to him.
Patram pushpam
yes.
phalam toyam yo me bhakti prayachati yo me bhaktya prayachati. Okay, patram pushpam phalam toyam. Good.
So this actually like anyone can offer to him actually.
Anyone can offer, yes, and it is not costly also.
Yes, yes.
Flower, leaf, water, and what? Flower, leaf, water, and fruit. Plus, that is bhakti, that is love for Krishna. When you offer it to Krishna, Krishna is satisfied. Anyone else?
Just like offering flowers, leaves, what I know, the concept of offering Naivedya. Since it has
Right.
been going since like I've been watching that since childhood. That ritual is quite um, it does provide happiness. That first provide Naivedya, then you all eat and sit and eat together.
Good, good. Okay. Now me. There are many. Let's see. Why can I add anything? Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only devotee can understand Krishna. And I'm satisfied with bhakti only. What is that? Man mana mad bhakto. Man mana mad bhakto. Think of me, become my devotee. Then one more, one who shares this knowledge with devotees or religious people, sincere people, pure devotional service is guaranteed to him. this makes me happy. Okay, so like this we can list down. Good. This is smaranam. Samsmritya. What's the word used? Samsmritya smaranam. Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu smaranam. So Sanjay is doing smaranam, and when we do smaranam, what happens? Rishyami. I take pleasure, I become happy. Okay. Okay, any last thing anyone wants to add? Any last comment, question? Okay, so